Good morning, good morning, good morning, you guys. So, first of all, happy Easter, happy Resurrection Sunday for those of you that observe and celebrate. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So, I just came in for a quick chat. We're not gonna be here long. Um, as I tell you guys on every holiday, I always make sure that I come down. Somebody told me many, many years ago that me going live on the holidays, and not just me specifically, but like people that they like on YouTube, going live on the holidays helps them get through because the holidays are very hard for them. And ever since then, I've tried to be very conscious of giving y'all a little something, something on a major holiday because it's not always happy for everybody. Holidays can bring on a whole lot of stuff for people who are going through different things. Maybe Easter brings back certain memories and things like that. I told you guys, for me personally, I hate Thanksgiving now. I only go through the motions of Thanksgiving because my mom and my family, they still enjoy Thanksgiving. But me personally, I could sit right here on my couch on the what's it, the fourth Thursday of every November and be fine. Like I honestly do not care for Thanksgiving because for me it brings back, for whatever reason, it brings back all the memories of people who are no longer here. I remember we used to have these huge Thanksgivings with all the people and the kids running around and all that other stuff. And it's just not like that anymore for my family. Why I don't feel that way about Christmas, I don't know, but I don't. Christmas, I don't know. I don't. I think because Christmas, my cousin always does a Christmas Eve party, and then my other cousin, he has started doing a Christmas party as well. And because on Christmas Eve and then when he does his Christmas party, people aren't torn between, am I going to be here or I'm going to be here, whereas with Thanksgiving it's that one day and people are torn, and so we just don't have as many people at our Thanksgiving dinner. You know what I'm saying? Whereas with Christmas, everybody's at Christmas because we do our own thing on the actual Christmas day, but we still have Christmas Eve where people are coming through. Like I said, my cousin, he does a Christmas party every year. And so you still get to see everybody. Whereas with Thanksgiving, the kids are older now. They have boyfriends or girlfriends or wives, and they have other family, and people split. And it just doesn't, for me. So I always make an effort to come down and talk to you guys, even if it's not much. I didn't mean to be as long as I was on my Love After Lockup live. I wanted to come down at like 12 o'clock, so I'm a little late. But we're gonna be here for a few minutes, not too long though, because I got to get to the other side of town. Without traffic, I live about 40 minutes from my parents, and I need to stop at the grocery store and get some cupcakes and some ice cream. So I'm gonna be a few minutes, but I'm the same way. But with most holidays at this point, yeah, I'm sorry, but I get it. So I try to make it an effort. So that's why we are here, child. That's why we are here. Now listen, baby, Team Twirl is mad at me. Why is Team Twirl mad at me, y'all? Team Twirl is mad at me. And listen, let me say this. I'm going to be honest. I was excited to see you were doing a live. I really enjoy your content. It helps me do my thing. Well, thank you. Thank y'all so much. I really appreciate that. And that gives me the encouragement to keep coming back. I really appreciate that. Y'all, can I say something? It makes me laugh, y'all. It really makes me laugh because y'all know I don't cook, child. My mama said she need dessert. I said, cool. I'll go buy this. I said, do you want anything in particular? She said no. Now, I know my dad does like a coconut cake. And I should have asked my sister if she was going to make my dad a coconut cake. I'm going to call her before I leave and see if she made anything. Because she told me and my sister will probably make something. And because my dad, what's up, Pam? I was going to call you, but I know you be busy on Easter. You got your dad, and then you got dad playing at 500 churches and stuff, child. But I'm going to call you, girl. Child, this is why they mad at me, Pam. They mad at me because I don't agree with them. They're mad. Listen, they're mad at me because I didn't agree with them. I'm going to read y'all some of the comments. I'm going to just let y'all hear it because y'all know I don't care. It said, now some of them were just saying they feel like Kenya did a good job. I'm not going to read none of that because that's fair. So someone said, BTV, beautiful Kenya did not waste anybody's time. It sounds, and I think they meant to say it sounds like you're hating, but it came out, it sounds lovely, LE, you hating. So you might want to spell check that the next time and make sure that the insult you're trying to give me really comes through. Because I think you were trying to say it sounds like you're hating. Okay. So then someone says, Kenya did an amazing job. I don't understand the hate. Then somebody says, Kenya didn't have any confessionals, so she had every right to get on her YouTube and speak on her experience. Everybody else is talking. I'm sure you have no complaints listening to Portia telling a few untruths on her YouTube channel. It's okay to not like Kenya, and there's a solution. Don't watch her YouTube channel and don't speak about her on yours. Problem solved. Kenya haters don't know any other way because they are miserable. If you don't like no one, I'm sure not going to listen to what they have to say, but y'all stay tuned in. You look miserable. Somebody else said, and you could have kept this. Let me see. Lady Hush. Because Kenya didn't say what you wanted to hear. She wasted your time, but you stayed and listened to the entire video. I'm sure, LOL. It's clear you're not a fan, so you wasted your time. Kenya don't owe you nothing, nor did she ever make any promises. So please don't lie on Kenya. She never promised us anything. Girl, where you been for the last week? She promised us a lot, but okay. Another, I think you meant to say another thing or I don't know, but it just says another. It's your responsibility to find out what website Britt has her explicit photos on and videos. She doesn't have to disclose that information to us. I had no problem finding Britt's raunchy photos and videos. You a lie. Whoever this is, you a lie. You a lie. But anyway, she's supposed to show you paperwork or part of the report from the private investigator. She didn't owe you shit. You look old enough to know better. You look old enough to know better. Than to think that she's sharing her private transactions with you. How about if you feel a way about Kenya, perhaps you should tune out. The entitlement is astounding. Twirl on that. So anyway, that's just a few examples, y'all. Baby, they mad at me. Let me say something. First of all, my YouTube channel is a reaction channel. I react to what I see. So for people to say, if you don't like Kenya, you don't have to watch. This Kenya story is the biggest reality, certainly biggest Bravo story that's going on right now. So absolutely, I am going to watch it. You know why I'm going to watch it? Because I get paid to watch it. Because every time I come down here and talk about it, I make money. So absolutely, I'm going to talk about it because it's a big story. Just like I talked about Escape, Candy, Latasha Scott, just like I talk about Tasha K, just like I talk about, baby, because that's what I do. That is what this channel is about. And let's be clear, I'm not mad, y'all. Everybody has a right to their opinion. I just find it funny. Y'all saw the way I was laughing. I'm not upset at all. I had way more positive comments than negative comments, and I'm okay with that, right? But it's the delusion for me. So first of all, for y'all to say Kenya did not promise receipts, she literally did. She literally said it in her trailer that she had receipts and that she was going to drop the receipts. She literally said that. I wouldn't have brought up receipts if she had said she was dropping receipts. So that's number one. Number two, you're right. I never said that Kenya did not have a right to give. As a matter of fact, I said in there that if Kenya, I feel like Kenya should have come down from the beginning and started doing her receipts, her confessionals from the first episode. I feel like she should have started doing this from the first episode. Kenya has every right to speak her mind. Kenya has every right to speak on the show. Kenya has every right to come down here and talk about whatever she wants to talk about. What I said was, I didn't think it was a good idea for her to speak on the legal stuff she has going on with the show. That's what I said. Pam, if you still here, you my legal representative. I just said that I don't think it's a good idea for her to speak on that stuff. But Kenya has every right to come down here and speak on all of it. But understand that with every decision, there's a consequence for that decision, whether it's a good decision or a bad decision. That's all I'm saying. So you coming down here speaking on things that may or may not have been adjudicated behind the scenes, I just didn't think was a good idea. Now, when you say you have receipts, all I was saying was giving examples of the kind of receipts you could have given us. That's it. That's all. Ma'am, you used the word receipts. I did not. You said you were bringing receipts. So I was just giving examples of the type of receipts you could have given us, i.e. your private investigator report. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. I haven't watched her video yet, so I have no clue what she said. Well, here's my question, Pam. My question is, if you had been Kenya's legal representative, would you have been okay with Kenya coming down here and speaking on the situation of the alleged photos? That's all I'm saying. And all I'm saying is, and I think I also said, I hope Kenya ran this past her legal team first. If she ran that past her legal team and her legal team said, hey, it's okay to say all of that, cool. And I honestly think that Kenya recorded more and they edited down. That's what I think. I think it was more in that video and I believe it was edited down. And I think that's why it took that video so long to upload, because I think they edited. I think they took some stuff out. Now that's what I think. Really, B, you have to admit you didn't really state much of what Kenya stated. In regards to what, like the video last night? So, number one, I did not state word for word what Kenya did. Like, I didn't do a watch along. No, I did not do that. But part of the reason why I didn't speak up, because a lot of it I literally did a live yesterday morning, and I talked a lot about what was already said. So I honestly didn't really want to repeat. I felt like I was repeating myself. So you're right. In last night's video, I did not get into a lot of the details because a lot of it we had already talked about. If that was somebody's first time seeing me speak on it, then yeah, maybe they felt like I didn't say a lot. But we literally were on live an hour and a half yesterday morning talking about it. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like a lot of what we talked about yesterday morning, we had already discussed. So I personally wasn't going to repeat the exact same thing because I was tired of talking about it. Yes, a watch along of the actual 30-minute video would have been better. Well, Jamie did one. She did a really good watch along. So if y'all want to watch along, Jamie, that's me, did one. I was listening to hers this morning when I was getting dressed. She did a really good watch along. So yeah. Probably if I hadn't done that video yesterday morning, I may have done a watch along. But yeah, I just didn't have it. I didn't have another hour in me to talk about Kenya last night. I just didn't. I just didn't. Sorry. And for the people that wanted that from me, I couldn't. I just didn't have that in me. We had talked about Kenya a whole hour and a half yesterday morning. I just didn't have it in me. But I will say this. Damn it, this damn camera. But I will say this. So here's the thing. Somebody said I'm clearly not a fan. No, I'm not. I'm not. I got you, Raven. And your point is valid. You're right. I could have done a watch along and then we could have went line by line. You're right. I could have. But I'm not a fan. I'm not a Kenya fan, but I ain't a Britt Edie fan either. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not team anybody in this situation. I'm not team Britt. I'm not team Kenya. What I will say is I just feel like I'm giving an honest opinion on how I feel. Now, how I feel about what, here's the thing, I've been saying from the beginning. And see, it's always funny to me how people only hear what they want to have an issue with. They never hear the whole statement. I have said from the beginning that both of them are wrong. And I think the Kenya fans, and I'm not talking about people who just like Kenya, I'm talking about the extreme, right? Because there are people, this just like we talk about Love and Marriage Huntsville. I'm not talking about people who just like Melody. I'm talking about the mellow meters, right? So I'm not talking about the team Twirl that just like Kenya and support Kenya. I'm talking about the extreme. What y'all want people to say is that Kenya was justified in what she did and what she did wasn't wrong. I think that's what y'all want people to say. And I just don't feel that way. I think y'all want people to say that if Kenya got fired, Britt should have been fired. I've already told y'all I feel like Britt should have been punished. I already said that had production handled what happened with the first incident, then the second incident would have never happened. I have said that. I have absolutely said that had production done what they were supposed to do with the first situation, the second situation would never have happened. I 100% agree with that. But the second situation did happen. Really be the information we get her everyone don't have when I go to other channel and drop and see they're going to be crazy. And I think, you know what, Powerful? That's a good point too. I think that's the other part that for people who are just finding my channel or just saw my video, and I can understand some of those people are people that have never watched one of my videos before. Y'all know I know more information. So I think part of my opinion is coming from the fact that I know more information than what Kenya is saying. And Kenya is twisting this a certain way, again, because she wants to, she wants to tell her side of the story. But I know more than what's being said. And I think that also skews my opinion. You see what I'm saying? The networks make it seem like you have to do outrageous acts to get ratings and stay on the show. The acts shot when it happens, but then make people waive lawsuits against them. Exactly, Pam. And now that's the one thing. Now, the one thing Kenya said that I do wish I had mentioned in my video, because when I was listening to Jamie, and I'll listen to Scotty's later on today, but when I listen to Jamie, I might listen to Scotty's on my way to my parents' house. When I was listening to Jamie, that's me. The one thing I do wish I had said that I forgot that Kenya said was when she feels like Britt Edie told production they would come after her, and that Britt almost felt like she had to come after Kenya. Because, and again, I've been saying that from the beginning too. Y'all forget the stuff that I've said to defend Kenya. Y'all really do. Y'all forget the stuff that I said in support of Kenya, because I said that as well. I said it seems like Britt decided she was going to go after Kenya, and Kelly decided she was going to go after Portia. And it almost seemed like it was a calculated attack. I said that from the first episode. And I have constantly said that in every single one of my reviews, that Britt is coming for Kenya, and this is based on nothing, and it's out of nowhere. I've said that. So it's almost like people don't want to hear the positive that I'm saying. But I do wish I had said that, because when I listened to Jamie, I said, damn, yeah, she did bring that up. That was a good point. Really, B, you haven't been biased. You were fair and honest, but Kenya was wrong in doing that bull crap and trying to expose someone like that was wrong. Yeah. What am I curious about? Hold on, let me scroll back up. Hold on. What I'm curious about is Kenya confirmed they did they keep going up. Hold on, y'all. The chat keep moving. Hold on. What I'm curious about, Gemini Diva said, what I'm curious about is Kenya confirmed they did an investigation. She just disagreed with the outcome. That's what makes me side-eye. And that's the other thing too, you guys. Now, Kenya said that the night of the incident, she said her and Portia stood back and they talked to production. And they told production what was said. I want to hear what Shamia has to say. And Shamia may never speak on that. But and the reason why I say I want to hear what Shamia has to say, because we know that Portia, Shamia, and Kenya got in that car together and we saw them pull off. Just because we saw them pull off doesn't mean they left, right? We know this is a TV show. They film people walking up, and we know that they had already got there because they have a whole mic on and everything else. So we know that people aren't literally just getting out the car when we see them getting out the car because they're mic'd up. We know that when we see people pull off, that don't mean they pulled off because they got to get the mics back. So just because we saw them pull off doesn't mean they left. I understand that. I get that. But Shamia was with them. Now, we know Portia has told her side of the story. Kenya has told her side of the story. Portia didn't say nothing about talking to production. That doesn't mean it didn't happen. I'm saying Portia didn't mention it. I would love to hear Shamia's because Portia said in her review that she was taking Shamia home anyway. So I would love to find out, was Shamia there when Kenya? Because let me say this. I do believe Kenya told production. I do believe that. But you know what I also believe? I also believe that by the time Kenya talked to production, Britt was already gone. I absolutely believe that Kenya told production. I do. But I also believe Britt was already gone. Because Britt was literally taking her mic pack off as she was walking to her car. Y'all remember her saying, get this mic off me, get this mic off of me? I believe that by the time Kenya and Portia, twirled around the block and came back, I believe Britt was already gone. So with that being said, if Britt had already left, even if production did an investigation that night, it still would have been the same result. Because Britt had already left the premises. If she did have a pow with her, all she would have had to do was put it in her car, put it under the seat, put it in the glove compartment. Like, she could have easily taken it out of her purse had production asked her to come back. You understand what I'm saying? So I don't think the result would have been different had production called as far as the investigation is concerned. They can only do an investigation based off of what they have. I do believe that Kenya told production. I do, y'all. I do. But I do believe that by the time production got the information, Britt was already gone. And it was... Wait a minute, hold on. Powerful said, I have a question. If I work for a company and treats me with no respect and does not cover you, why would you work so hard to try to get your job back, knowing they are trying to treat you back? Do y'all think Kenya's trying to get her job back? I feel like if Kenya was trying to get her job back, she would shut the fuck up. I don't think Kenya's trying to get her job back. I mean, I could be wrong, but she can't possibly think this is a way to get her job back. She can't think this is a good way to get her job back. I think her getting her job back will be her shutting up. Well, okay. And maybe it's just me, y'all. Maybe it's just me. If y'all think Kenya wants her job back, I guess. I don't know. Y'all think Kenya wants her job back? Okay. Everybody's saying, well, not everybody, but a lot of people in the chat saying yes, they think Kenya wants her job back. Nobody gonna sit and let someone say they put underage pics of them out when they didn't. That's true. That's true, T Dollar. That's true. That's true. She defended herself. That's true. That's true. Jamie, that's me, also brought up a good point. And again, y'all, when people bring up good points, I have to agree with them. Jamie brought up a good point too. She said, Britt claims that she scrubbed the internet so well, but people keep finding these clips of her saying, like the clip they found of her saying about the pow and stuff like that. But I don't think those are the things that she scrubbed the internet of. I think she scrubbed the internet of the PORNO pictures. And for that person in the comments that said that they found Britt Edie's pictures, girl, no, you didn't. Like I said, until somebody, let me tell y'all, can I explain something to y'all how this shit works? As a content creator, and I'm not even a big time content, I don't even have 20,000 subscribers, okay? There are content creators that we know got millions of subscribers, thousands, hundreds of thousands of subscribers. Can I explain to y'all the way this shit works? T Dollar says the videos are not gone under Britt Edie's name. Well, can you tell me where you found them, please? Can you inbox me the link? Because I would love to see. Listen, I will come down here and I will do a whole live talking about I was wrong. Can somebody please send them to me? If you found it online, can y'all send me the links? Send them to my Instagram, email them to me. Can y'all send them to me, please? Let me explain something to y'all about how this shit works with YouTube. And Pam, you can attest to this. Don, I saw you come in. You can attest to this. I know I didn't do the close the doors, child, but we ain't got time. Can I explain something to y'all? As a content creator / YouTuber / whatever. What's up, Cruiser? Happy Resurrection Day to you. Please understand, we get more shit sent to us than we ever speak on publicly or use. We get pictures, we get videos, we get links, we get family members telling us stuff, we get ex-boyfriends, girlfriends, wives, mistresses. Baby, when I tell you we get it all, we get it all. And half that stuff we don't even bring down here to y'all. You know why half that stuff we don't bring down there to y'all? Is because one, I mean, me, I'm not going to get into a whole lot of that stuff. But a lot of that stuff we don't bring to y'all. One, we can't verify some of that stuff, right? Some of that stuff we can't verify. So I say all that to say this. I promise y'all. I promise y'all. With everything I own, I promise y'all. If it was that easy to find those pictures and videos of Britt, we'd have had them. And one of us would have put it out there. Now, maybe I might not have put it out there. Maybe Don might not have put it out there. But with Tasha K, y'all know good and damn well Tasha K would have put it out there. Some of these other content creators, they'd have put it out there. Yeah, I know some of them people would have put it out there. Some of these people will put out your great-great-grandmommy's PORN pictures that they can find them. You mean to tell me ain't nobody on this blogging world that I'm a part of them posted nothing? And this has been almost a year now, y'all. A year. This happened last June. Baby, we are 2 months away from this being a year. And ain't nobody got nothing. Nobody got nothing. I do believe it's true because Britt would have sued by now. I done told y'all Britt got an attorney. Don Juan told y'all Britt got an attorney. And again, Pam, if you still here, you can attest to this. Baby, everything ain't a lawsuit. If I get an attorney, Pam said people send me stuff I wish I would never see. Exactly. Baby, if I get an attorney, if I call Pam and say, Pam, I need you. These people done defamed my name, Pam. They lied on me. They done called me whatever. They said I did whatever. Pam, I want to sue them. I have already told y'all the only remedy for a civil lawsuit is money. And when I say the only remedy, I mean, you could say I want my job back. You could say I want an apology, whatever. But the only it's money. It's something financial. A civil lawsuit ain't gonna put nobody in jail. So I done already told y'all Britt did have an attorney. Now, what we don't know is what Britt got, because the minute her attorney probably reached out to NBC, Universal, and Bravo, whatever conversations was had is whatever was had, and whatever was resolved is whatever was resolved. But that doesn't mean that Britt is going to file a lawsuit if she wanted something else. If she got a financial settlement, if she got a guarantee of her contract being renewed for the next 2 years, that's why I keep telling y'all, don't be surprised if y'all see Britt Eady next year. Don't be surprised if y'all see her keep her peach. I'm not saying she did. I'm just saying don't be surprised. Kenya got an attorney too. That's what I'm telling y'all. Kenya got an attorney, and so did Britt. And the fact that ain't nobody got a lawsuit against them should tell y'all something. Both of them retained attorneys. So the fact that neither one of them sued anything or anybody should tell y'all something. That should tell y'all something. I done already told y'all where them pictures came from. Y'all don't want to listen to me, though. Cam said, I'll just say the internet is forever, so it's possible. It is. Cam, I believe it's possible, but the fact that it hasn't come up in a year is why I'm saying wherever it is buried is deep. But you're right. Don't nothing down the internet. I agree with you 100% on that. I just find it hard to believe that a clip from that a clip from 1995 with Britt Eady is somewhere online. No one knew who Britt was before this. And this, I just saw somebody saying her face has changed. Child. You don't always have to file a lawsuit to get resolution. Exactly. So when people say she would have sued, who's to say she didn't, that her attorney didn't reach out to NBC? I done already listen, y'all can go back and look at my video I did last June. I done already told y'all what happened. Now, y'all ain't got to believe me. And I understand that it might be some people that's new here and maybe y'all didn't see my video from last June, but I already told y'all what happened. Y'all want me to tell it one more again before I get off of here? Because I'm about to get off here in a few minutes. Let me tell y'all one more time. And again, some of y'all done heard this story 50, 11 times, but for the people in the back who ain't heard it, I'm going to tell y'all, allegedly, this is allegedly what happened. When the incident first happened, when Kenya first showed them pictures, allegedly, the local production team suspended Kenya. Kenya was suspended. She was not fired in the beginning, according to what I was told. She was suspended for however many episodes, whatever, right? Notice how the language changed. And y'all can go back and find it. In the beginning, they was using the word suspended. Notice they were using the word suspended at first with Kenya, and then the language changed, right? Britt Eady retained an attorney, and the attorney threatened to sue NBC Universal, Bravo, and all of the people. Once she retained an attorney, that is when Bravo did their own investigation into what happened. And when Bravo did their own investigation into what happened, allegedly, that is where Kenya admitted where those pictures came from. And they did not come off of the internet, according to my source. When the local production company did their investigation and Kenya said she got them off the internet, they accepted that. But when Britt Eady got an attorney and they threatened to sue, that is when Bravo did their own investigation. And allegedly, that is where Kenya admitted that those pictures did not come from it. If y'all can go back and listen to her thing from last night. She even said it last night. She said, everything I got from my private investigators and other people involved. Y'all notice she said, and other people involved. She said it herself. Let me see, because y'all don't believe me. Hold on. Let me see if I can find the part. Let me see if I can find the part that Kenya said and other people involved, child. Let's see.
Anyway, let's get into the receipts. Portia in her receipt, I know for a fact. So number one, that's a lie. That's a lie. That's a lie. The photos were online on various porn sites. Many porn sites. I don't watch porn. I'm not a porn expert. I don't enjoy it. I don't participate. I don't get anything from it. Okay. I would like to just rather see my own body in action, maybe in a mirror or something like that. But I'm not going to sit there and watch porn. The investigators and everyone involved, not including Drew's.
The investigators and everyone involved. So she already let you know it wasn't just her private investigation. She was very cagey in her language. And that's all I was saying in my video. She was very cagey in her language. Because see, y'all don't listen to what ain't being said. I do. She said the investigators and everyone involved, meaning there were other people other than her private investigators that gave her information. I let them finish playing out because somebody gonna say, you ain't let the whole statement play. I let it finish playing. Hold on.
But I'm not gonna sit there and watch porn. The investigators and everyone involved, not including Drew Sidora, found those images. And they're still there. That brings me to Ming Lee.
She said right there that it was more people than her private investigators that gave her information. She just cleared Drew's name. She said it didn't come from Drew. Okay. Be honest with you, when Portia said it came from somebody on the cast, I'm not going to say who I was told it came from, but I was told it didn't. The person that I was told gave Kenya that information. They're not on the cast either. Now Kenya said they're still there. I just want to know where. Listen, that's all I keep. Where? Tell me where. Girl, if you say they were on the Hub, if they was on X Hamster, just tell me where. And if she used a different name, just tell us. And the people in the comments was like, she don't have to tell us nothing. You're right. She don't have to tell us. But wouldn't it help her case? Wouldn't that help clear her? I would be the first to apologize. I would be the first to apologize and be like, damn, she told us all along. It was right there. It was right there under our noses. Let me tell you something. I'm not even asking her to tell her source. I'm just asking her to tell me where she found it. I'm telling you all that based on the information that I was given, those pictures did not come from her private investigator. That's what I'm telling y'all. And what I'm saying is Kenya said it herself. That's all I'm saying. I ain't telling Kenya to tell us who it was. I don't think she should. Just tell me where y'all found it. That's all. I agree, Ravine, and that's why I don't think Kenya is worried about. That's why I don't think Kenya wants her job back. I mean, do I think she misses the paycheck? Certainly, absolutely. Who wouldn't? It's easy money. But I don't believe that Kenya wants her job back. I just don't. I don't think somebody that's moving the way she's moving wants their job back. That's just how I feel. Because even though she has not mentioned Bravo, she keeps saying production. It's still the same production company. The production company ain't going nowhere. So you're still throwing production under the bus. Production ain't going nowhere. It's the same production company. So, but neither here nor there, y'all. Again, I'm not mad about it. It's content. I laugh about it. It is what it is. People, and I get it. You people like who they like, and they're going to defend their people. Child, y'all keep defending Kenya. Go for it. Team Twirl, y'all better twirl. Team Twirl, y'all better twirl. Do you hear me? Keep on. I ain't mad about it. But I'm not a Kenya hater. I just think in this situation, I think Kenya's wrong. And again, I know that some of my opinion is based off of information that I have behind the scenes that y'all don't have all of that information. So my opinion is different based on information I have. And some of that information I can't tell y'all. But I believe the information that I have because everything else that I was told from these people has come to pass. Everything else that I was told has come to be true. So I believe everything I'm being told. Thank you, Cams, boo. So, and you know, and I ain't mad about y'all leaving the comments. I'm not mad about y'all leaving the comments under my video. That means you watched it. It's okay. Y'all say I was stupid for watching Kenya's video. Well, why did y'all watch a video that clearly was not in support of Kenya? Like, the title let y'all know I wasn't in support of Kenya. Like, so you watched it too. Never ever met. I do not know if I'm going to be doing it because Treese and them are doing it. I think they're doing it this evening, and I don't know if I'm going to be home by then. It's going to depend on what time they do it. I just don't know. I wish I had your information, really be, but I understand you can't tell. But I've given y'all enough information for y'all to understand why I'm questioning what Kenya is saying. I'm giving y'all enough of that information. I'm questioning what Kenya is saying about this stuff being public because I was told where the information came from, and it's not public. So I've given y'all enough of that information. Again, y'all don't have to believe it, and that's fine. But I've given y'all enough information to explain why I feel the way I feel. Who calling me? Hold on, this is my sister. Let me see what she wants. Hello? Hey, what time you going to grandma? I'm about to leave out in a few minutes. Well, I was gonna stop at the grocery store and get some cake and ice cream. Did you make a dessert or something? Oh. Oh, well, see, I'm glad I talked. I was gonna call you anyway before I left. Well, I'm glad I talked to you then. So yeah, I'm about to leave out the house in a few minutes. No, I don't need to grab nothing. Oh no, we got 2 cakes and pudding. No, I don't need to bring nothing. So all right, do you need me to pick up anything on the way though? Daddy did go to church. I'm gonna listen. I'm gonna call you when I'll tell you later. But I think I figured out why Daddy wasn't going to church. But I'll tell you later. Cause I'm live. I'm on. It's not no. It's not that. It has to do with. It has. I'll tell you later. Um. Daddy's just a honorary old man, child. He loves it. He said he don't like it, but he loves it. Yeah, that's true. All right, I'm live on YouTube. I gotta go, but I'm going to walk out the door. All right, bye. Lord have mercy. Anyway, child. Lord have mercy. Anyway, y'all, sorry about that. Well, I'm glad I did because I was gonna remember I said I was gonna talk to my sister. I'm glad I did because she said that she made a cake and she made banana pudding, and my aunt is coming and she made a cake. So I don't need to stop nowhere. So that's good. That cuts off about 30 minutes. So I should be at my parents' house in about an hour because, like I said, I do need gas though. I'm gonna stop at the gas station. I do need gas. All right, y'all. I'm about to get off of here, but thank y'all for coming through. And again, y'all, I ain't mad. I'm not even tripping. We were just talking. We will do the Real Housewives of Atlanta tonight. And again, if I get home in enough time, we'll do Never Ever Meets. But Shade in the City is definitely gonna do it. I just don't know what time they're doing this. So I don't know if I'm gonna join in. Yeah, I love banana pudding too. Me too. I'm a banana pudding girl too. That's how my sister do me when I be trying to get child. The only reason why a lot of times I just don't answer unless I really need to ask her about something. And I figure that's what she was talking about, child. Oh, what I just do? Why my light just go out? There you go. Thank you. I can get there on Fumes and Faith. No, ma'am. I gotta get on the highway to get to my parents. I gotta get on the Beltway. I ain't going nowhere on no Fumes and Faith on the Beltway. But I am about to stop and get some gas, and then I will head over there. I want to hear y'all's opinion on Never Ever Meets. Child, I want to do the review because baby, they was playing in my face last night, Friday night. I said Kenya was playing in my face, child. So were they. So I do want to do the review, but it's just gonna depend on the time. So I'm not sure. All right, y'all. I will talk to y'all later. Thank y'all for being here. Pam, I'm gonna call you if you still in the bushes. I'm gonna call you, girl. I gotta talk to my Pammy Pam. T's review was hilarious. Oh, I'm sure. I am positive. All right, y'all. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.